while.
But yeah.
All right.
Duh. Don't lie.
I gotta tell you what's an hour. I gotta lie to you by an hour. What time we're leaving to go someplace?
Everybody knows that, bro. Unless it's work, and work I'm good with. But the rest of it, I'm like, I'll be there soon.
3097 Seconds Space Boys podcast
making a late entry.
Making a late entry.
I'm going to drop this on Wednesday just to prove a point.
Oh, God, don't you dare.
Dude, Bianca will be all up in it.
Don't you dare.
She's like, you dumb bitches. Where was my episode?
Yeah, dude, I don't want to deal with that.
Right. All right, we better not. Let's move on.
We're back. We're live. Tyler, I don't know, and Joe Skelly, your hosts.
Yep. So here's an interesting fact. Have you seen this gamer chess guy that's everywhere all of a sudden?
No.
I have social media.
What is a gamer chess guy?
He's the dude I keep sharing that literally just, he's like, she told me that I shouldn't talk to her at the bar because I didn't have big enough muscles. And then he'll go into a chess game. He's like, I think he's trying to say, fuck you. Let me show you how I'll whoop your ass at chess in 3 moves.
Oh, is he like rook to knight 3?
Right. He does that.
Oh.
He just sits there and calls chessboard pieces out and you watch. Anyways, I follow him.
Am I supposed to be impressed with that?
No, I don't know. How
does that translate to the real world? So
I'm not really
sure. Game of chess.
Well, that was my question because I follow him just as like, hey, I like chess. So cool. I'll follow you. I don't know any of the famous people. I do now because of this guy, but he's so many.
You don't know who Bobby Fischer was?
Yeah, that guy was famous like 40 years ago, dude. Name all the people that are famous now.
Captain Kirk.
Who's the biggest fucking chess player right now?
It's probably Leonard something. I don't know.
It's some kid named Magnus.
Oh, okay.
He's got some weird fucking name, and he's got a giant fro like Shaggy, but his is more elegant. I'm not trying to be mean, Shaggy.
All right.
And then he plays Masters games while he's like fucking eating McDonald's and watching TV and beats people and dude.
Oh, I bet that makes him mad as fuck.
There it is. But anyways, the chess guy, so they had
That's disrespectful as fuck.
Bro, right.
I think so little of you. I'm going to watch videos on my phone and eat Big Macs while I'm playing you in chess and whip your ass.
They have him playing like a fucking 3,400 rated on a actual like game one online. And he's fucking eating chow with his homies, like joking about like, yeah, we should do this next week. We should do that next week. And his buddies joking about streaming, and he's just eating his food, whooping this dude's ass. And then at some point, and I've seen this in multiple of his videos already, he'll be in the middle of the fucking match eating his fucking food off his plate, and he'll look down and go, oh, he's offering me a fucking draw. Fuck him. And goes over and proceeds to beat this guy. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not even sure what's happening right now.
That's pretty fucking disrespectful. That's disrespectful as fuck.
That's the new age.
Okay.
Right?
All right. You got to flaunt your talent.
I guess.
Okay.
My funny thing was like, first I saw this guy in the chess thing and that's all he does, right? He's always on this phone. So I was like, cool, this is what you do. You're a fucking nerd in a box. Well, then I'm watching another video on YouTube the other day, and here's this one dude who likes to give out money while he's filming shit and just ask people random shit. And his question was, hey, do you know this fucking guy? And nobody can answer the question. And then the dude walking guy goes, oh, he's the chess guy. And I was like, oh shit, that is the chess guy. Like, I watch him on Instagram and I didn't know the answer to this because I've never seen him from below the neck.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, this is weird as fuck. And so he did that. And then to further this whole thought process, later I saw him at an award show. And he's thanking motherfuckers that I'm just like, who are you thanking? Like, I don't understand who the people are. And what I think it was, and the other contenders were social media content people. And it's an award ceremony for these people. And I was like, oh, that's a real thing.
So he just did it to become a social media influencer.
Oh, no, I have no idea what he does it for. I mean, he's super good at chess.
What? Okay, so
I don't know.
But why was he at an award show for influencers?
My brain was just crossing over of how my thought was like, again, back to Gary Vee's old speech, you can make anything fucking popular.
Oh, well,
if you do it enough.
Then I'm going to bring back Connect 4.
Hello. Connect 4?
Mm-hmm.
Should we have you know what? Somebody write this down. I will write it down. I'm the guy who writes things down, actually. So I love how I always say that, but then I realize it's my job to write shit down.
Right.
So, okay, so I'm going to write this down. Right here next to red card, we need Connect 4.
Connect 4.
All right. And what I'm going to do
I'm really enjoying the fact that you're using a number 2 pencil.
Yes. I'm a little bit old school.
Yeah, I like that.
The famous rapper said that I'm allowed to write with whatever I want, and I found myself writing with old materials. So
you know what? I don't write with pencil anymore,
oh.
And it's because years and years ago, I used to play pencils. You ever play pencils when you were in school?
Is that where you try to stab your fingers in the hands?
No, where you hold the pencil and your friend tries to break it.
Yeah. That's a fun game.
And our teacher flipped out on us and was screaming at us about how there are kids in Africa that don't have pencils, and that she took everybody's pencils, put them in a box, and then mailed them to Africa.
Oh, you know what we call that,
on the mailing address, it just said fucking Africa.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I have kind of a trauma in my life when it comes to number 2 pencils.
And public education or private education, whichever one that might be.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck, dude?
So very early on, they instilled this.
You know that teacher had never had a childhood.
Weird phobia.
Just so are we very like we know that, right? Like if we're looking at this in the big scheme of things, like Joe Skelly's fucked up by a pencil, but something was wrong with that teacher.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Good. Just so you know. Because I love that game.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the other one. You know, I don't know what the official name is, but it's the...
Just like, did you ever play Foursquare as a kid?
No. No.
It was like 4 sidewalk squares.
Yeah.
You had a tennis ball, and you could bobble.
I'm of the handball generation.
Yeah, it's kind of like a handball, but it was within 4 squares.
No, not the real handball. I mean the 90s red big handball. That's my generation. So everything that you did with the little ball, we did with the big red ball. That was Foursquare.
Was it because you guys lacked
idiots?
I'm
not sure.
Skill.
No,
so you had to go with the bigger ball.
It's because we were the first generation of we don't want the kids to feel like they're bad.
Oh,
that's really I really believe that.
Okay,
like genuinely.
All right.
Handball is amazing played with a real handball. Like once I discovered you get a little blue ball and play it with your hand.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Why would you ever want to play with the giant red ball? That's dumb.
That's dumb.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It takes 10 fucking minutes for the ball to return. I'm like, hey man, let's have a fucking picnic in between every one of your shots. How I'm supposed to make you run into the wall and bang your face on the wall with my crazy
you're talking about
shot.
Handball.
Yeah.
No, see,
that's
we
what I love.
4 sidewalk squares.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm just saying the red ball versus the little ball. I grew up in the red ball generations. It's horrible.
That's like when we used to play
dodgeball. Dodgeball's fine.
With the red rubber playground ball.
That's where that belongs.
And you would smack somebody in the face and leave that giant red mark on the side of their face.
But they're never fully inflated. So you're good because it's malleable, right? And if we had it in... Dude. Okay. Yep. We're going to give this one out, see if you can make it to us. We need to film an adult dodgeball.
There's a league.
And get all of everything in slow-mo.
Doing behind the back with the red rubber playground ball.
No.
Dude, and the guy wasn't even looking. He just crushed this person, knocked them on their ass.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight against that guy.
Yeah. It was wild.
The toughest guy I want in the group is Tommy Skelly. That's as tough as we're going.
Okay.
And Nigel too. Don't put them on the same team though.
Oh, fine. You can have both of them, and then I'm going to take Mr. Yingling.
No, we're on the same team, guy. What are you talking about? I'm stacking this fucking team. Where have you been? Mr. Yingling? Mr. Yingling's been on the team. Where are you at?
All right.
We're just going to need some dummies here. If you would like to fight it, no, we're not opening that up. That's a can of worms.
That is a can of worms.
I almost asked the internet to send me a dodgeball team. Do you know how stupid that is? Oh, we almost fucked that up.
No, that would have been terrible. Because you would have had some
blazer, gazer, laser.
Dude, it'd have been all the American gladiators.
Taser. Yeah.
All the American gladiators would have showed up.
I almost said some shit. Did you hear that?
You almost did.
Rewind.
Hold
on.
I'm going to sidetrack
all I wanted was some footage of somebody getting hit in the face with 4K and like slow-mo of the dot. That's all I wanted. That's what was my whole goal.
Oh, I got you.
This is a breaking and entering situation here.
So, I think you used the wrong phrase, but I'll go with it.
No.
So I'm going to sidetrack you.
Yeah.
You're a West Coast. You're a West Coast kid, right?
Yeah, that's what
do you know about San Andreas Fault?
Isn't that a video game?
No.
Oh. The actual San Andreas place?
The fault line. San Andreas Fault Line.
What
it
about
runs right through California.
Yeah, what about it?
It's about to break open.
Get out of here.
Yep. It's about to break open. I watched a whole thing on it like about a week ago. They're talking about There's a massive quake coming soon. And
Oh,
that fault
God.
line's going to split open. And it runs through like 4 major cities in California. At least.
Listen, I'm predicting that there's going to be a massive
It's
ship
going to be like that
goes
movie
to
with The
Mars
Rock.
that burns. The Rock?
That Rock guy, he was in
The
that
Rock?
San Andreas Fault movie.
Oh, you mean The Rock?
The Rock.
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Thought you were talking about the real Rock for a second.
No.
No. I'm not about to kill 70,000 people for some fucking money. What do you think? I'm a psycho? That dude's like, get your ass in the chopper. We're done.
Yep.
So, I mean,
How's
come
that
on,
make, how's
dog.
that make you
Come
feel,
on,
man?
bro.
West Coast is the best coast till
yeah.
it falls into the ocean.
Right. That's what I've been hearing my whole life. Listen, people either want to fucking go there and live there. They've either been there and know it's not worth it, or
What's the capital
they
of California?
really fucking hate it. What is it?
You don't know the capital of California?
Why the fuck would I know that?
Sacramento.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I used to live there. You think I'd know
Way up
that?
north, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be
Yeah.
beachfront property soon.
Yeah. Sacramento, California, really the capital of California? I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that.
Oh, my.
The fuck do I care?
Failure of the American educational
Oh, man.
system.
Listen, I'm not about that government life. We've talked about this.
All right.
I don't need to live in your bounds. I'm a free man.
Oh.
Your shit doesn't bother me. You know,
Oh.
some weird
Are
politics.
you one of those sovereign citizens?
Yeah. I've got my name written on a fucking piece of parchment paper here. Guy makes it official.
Oh, okay. So do you hold up that parchment every time you get pulled over?
Sure. Yeah.
How does that work out for you?
Yeah, right.
How about this? Did you
I
know
haven't had
X-Files was one of the most top-rated science fiction shows ever in history?
Yeah. That I knew.
No, of course, because
It's
that show was
X-Files.
It was X-Files, right? That show was
mean,
amazing.
Bro, when a show, I have a theory about this. When your shit's so fucking famous that I don't care, but I still know it all because so many people have told it to me, you must have hit the top.
Oh, dude, yeah.
How else do you explain that?
Dude, it almost beat Star Trek. As far
Yeah,
as
I could see
as
that.
far as viewership and being like the #1 science fiction show ever made.
Really?
Yeah, but there's another one that I think that's underrated. It's out there. It's called The Expanse. The Expanse was based on a series of books, and it was incredible.
I feel like I've heard of that. Who did that one?
It was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and then they sold it to Amazon.
The Expanse. Is that a new show that just dropped?
No, it's over. It's been over for a couple of years, but it's
I
a
feel like-
truly,
did I
truly
watch that
amazing
one?
series.
I'm going to look that up. Is that the one where they lie to all the kids and then tell them they can't live in Earth?
No, The Expanse is Mars has been colonized. Earth has people, and then there's people living in the asteroid belts in between Mars and Earth.
I have never seen one episode, but I've seen this cover of this guy with the rifle and then these people because I remember thinking it reminds me of Starship and the other one, Lost in Space, mixed together a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
why I
dude,
was
it's
thinking
a
about
great
that.
series. If you haven't watched it, you should absolutely watch it. It's
So
on-
is it like a we're stranded in Mars thing? Because that's
No,
scary as fuck.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy as fuck.
Okay, so we're gonna put that. All right, I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, it's 6
I
seasons.
honestly I have nothing to watch.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I was
yeah,
watching the other night to
watch
fall
this.
asleep? The Shield. It was horrible.
Yeah, watch this because
All
it'll
right.
blow your mind. It's all on Amazon now, so.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Everyone go watch The Expanse and just let me know. Hey, we're 13 minutes into it, but listen, that's your homework. Fuck you. We're done. No, I'm joking. We're not doing that.
So I was having a conversation with one of our mutual friends
Yeah.
because, we're in this eBay thing now.
Yeah.
And
Getting belt buckled left and right.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was talking
Fuck.
about how he was a bobblehead collector.
Oh,
And
Really?
he goes, it's weird. I like bobbleheads, and I was looking for this one particular bobblehead, and it was super, super expensive.
was it Dwight Schrute?
No, I don't know which one it was. I can't remember.
Oh, brother, we need to know. We
I'll
need
have to ask
know.
him.
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
ask him which
We
one it
have
was.
to know.
He told me which one it was, but I forgot.
Okay.
So anyway, he finds one on eBay,
Uh-oh.
and it's cheap.
Right.
And he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna spend the money.
I'm gonna drive this
I'm gonna
bitch
spend
up.
the money, right?
Yep.
Because it was being sold for like $70 instead of like $250, right?
Right.
Collector's piece, whatever.
Was he doing the buy it now or was he just bidding?
No, he bought it.
Okay.
He bought it. He
Okay.
got it. He loved it.
All right.
So years later, he's in need for some money.
Oh no.
Well, it wasn't necessarily in need for some money. So he was clearing out some of his son's old toys, right? And some
Okay.
of the old stuff he had. And he knows a guy that has a toy shop, sells vintage toys. He takes the collection over there. And he goes to sell this guy this bobblehead. And the guy's like, I'll give you like $17 for it.
Oh.
He's like, what the fuck do you mean you'll give me $17 or whatever it was?
Right.
It turns out he bought a fake.
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently in the bobblehead industry, there's a huge black market for fake bobbleheads.
Can you imagine?
I had no idea,
Can
dude.
you imagine?
He was so fucking pissed. He's like, what's he calling him? I had to laugh. I had to write it down. He was calling him
fake bobblehead.
Yeah. Instead of a Funko Pop, he was calling him
Fako Pops.
Yeah, dude, Fako Pops. He had all kinds of fucking names. He was so fucking pissed.
There's fake Funkos.
He got it, but he goes, so he goes back to eBay. He's like, look, motherfuckers, this dude sold me a fucking fake.
Right.
And they're like, you tried tracking the email address? And that shit went back to Malaysia.
Oh, no. That's scary.
So apparently in Malaysia, they're making these fake Funko Pop.
You got to be careful, man. I am an avid treasure hunter on eBay. I've acquired many treasures through my life on that.
Super fucking pissed. So if you're into the bobbleheads,
You got to be careful.
just beware. There's a shitload of fakes out there.
There's like super common rules, man. I like to choose. The more rare the item I'm buying, the more your picture has to look like you fucking put your shit on a table and took it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It can't be a stock photo.
Dude, if you got a stock photo, you're like, I've got the rarest of this knife, and here's a stock photo of him. Like, fuck you. You're going to send me a fucking butter knife from fucking Arby's. You know? And somewhere in the small print, it's going to say this at the bottom. It's going to say, item might not be the item in the picture.
Right.
I'm like, dog, no.
Yeah, he was super pissed.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
How long was he walking around thinking that thing was worth value, hyping it up in his own mind?
Oh, it was some time, and he was like, just beware, fucking Fako Pops and all this. Dude, he had a list of names. I was fucking dying when he was telling me.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I know you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate.
No, fair enough.
What? Let's talk about our contest.
You want to talk about the contest?
We have a contest coming
Okay.
again. Another one.
Another contest.
We're trying to fit maybe as many as we can. It doesn't matter. You know what? We're not talking to you about that. What we're talking about is the one we have now.
The current contest.
The current contest. It's a love/birthday/holiday contest. You have to have a story that relates to one of those topics. Now, why are we doing the trifecta? Because April is a busy month. It's a super busy month. It's the Mega Beast's birthday. We're celebrating anniversaries. It's something. I'm going to have to tackle this later, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You better tackle it. You better get the appropriate gift.
I'm running out of ideas.
You don't have to.
I don't have to run out of ideas. I've already run.
Listen. All you got to look up is what year the anniversary is and what the traditional gift for that anniversary is.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Right.
Oh, wait, back to the contest,
And by the way,
though.
none of them are grass clippings. I'm just saying. A bag of grass clippings is not an appropriate anniversary.
Or Glock. Apparently that's not appropriate.
That's not either.
So, your submissions for the new contest, your story has to be related to a love story, a birthday story, or a holiday story. And if you hit the trifecta, your odds of winning are even better. So if your story encompasses your love on a birthday while on a holiday, right,
that's even better.
And we'll do holiday American, holiday British. If you were just on vacation,
or if you live in the British Isles,
yeah. Even though it should be Easter related.
We have listeners that live in the British Isles.
Are they Christmas celebrators? I don't know how that works.
Yes, the British celebrate Christmas.
Well, all right. Easter celebrators?
Yes.
All right, then good. Then the holiday counts for them too.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, bro. You got to ask these questions.
You got to ask these questions.
I got to know. You got to know 5 codes before you can even communicate now.
I got you.
Right.
So
submissions by the 23rd of April.
That is the shutdown date. No late submissions.
Yeah, no late submissions, you folks.
We're not. Don't hit us up like, hey, I missed the cutoff. Can I squeeze it in? No.
Write your story. This is write your story time.
There will be winners.
Dude, we need a mailbox that's a digital mailbox so we can listen to stuff. That'd be sweet. I should figure out how to do something like that. It has to exist. It's 2022. So I'm going to figure that out later. But the winner will be announced on the 2nd
of May.
I don't know if he was asking me or not.
Of May. May 2nd, we'll announce the winner.
Yeah, don't.
So you have until April 23rd to submit these stories.
Those stories last time were fucking crazy.
They were crazy as fuck.
Right.
By the way, we didn't read all of them on the air.
No.
We just read the top 5.
Some of them are inappropriate. Might have been some inappropriate ones we read. I'm not sure. We're an adult podcast, though. This is rated PG-13 plus. So that's how that goes. I think that's how that works. I'm not sure. Pandora won't even let us on their goddamn platform.
No, fuck them.
Yeah. So
keep emailing those guys and ask them why they don't let us on. Right.
Right. Moving on. Let's go on to the next section. If you haven't heard, which we know you have, we have a Patreon.
Yes, we do.
You can go sign up. Be happy, be jolly. Listen, a lot of our fans. All right, fine, we'll do it again. We've got 4 tiers right now. You can get a $3 a month subscription. Buy us a cup of coffee. You can get a $10 a month subscription. Join the street team. We'll send you stickers you can plaster all over your sister while she's sleeping. Or put it on that person who you love, and I'm using the air quotes, car window.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
I don't know anything about that.
You love them.
Love them.
Better be your homie.
Or their bumper. You know, because you want to share the love.
I just like putting things everywhere. We've got a Bays Boys Hustlers Club for $20 a month. You can get all our pre-stickers sent right to your doorstep. It's like a subscription base.
Early drops.
And
bonuses.
But don't tell them about the bonuses.
We won't.
We weren't supposed to tell them. And, of course, we've got the Supreme Super Membership.
Oh, that's the big dog.
Right.
Those
are
the
for
big
dogs.
dog.
We can't even tell you about that. Go look it up. If you can't look it up, you don't belong.
Can I tell them how?
That's
Dude, it's one of those things that if you have to ask what it costs,
you can't afford it.
You can't afford it.
Right.
But if you become that member, we'll fly you here to the studio.
Yep.
You get to host the show.
Yep.
You get to drive all the content.
Right.
You get all the drops. You get all the early drops. You get all the special sweet stuff. The skateboard decks.
You'll have dinner with everyone.
Oh, you'll meet
the production team.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you want to do.
We'll
hunt ghosts. You get to meet the special guests.
Hunting ghosts, which is scary.
Yeah. Bigfoots. UFOs. Maybe we'll take you on the trail for.
Oh, we're going to a trail.
No, I was the Hatfield and McCoy Trail. Maybe.
Oh my! Don't make promises you can't keep, Joe Skelly.
I'll keep that promise.
You don't know if this person's going to be even allowed down there.
Well, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
You got to be careful with these guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what we have.
We'll show you the dark, seedy belly of the town.
Jesus, don't tell this guy that because he's serious. Like most of the shit that comes out of my mouth is a lie. Like I'm joking. This motherfucker's serious. Don't ask him to show you no shit. You don't want to see the shit. Underbelly of the town, my ass. All right, let's move on. Enter your submissions. Win contests. Be fucking awesome. We
like
appreciate
the podcast,
all of you.
Give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're on. Write us a review.
We love all of you.
Help us beat the algorithm.
We want to give a special shout out to all of our fans who told us that they came from Pandora and said, look, we knew that they weren't delivering, so we just moved platforms. And now they're on Spotify.
Right. And I want to give a shout out to the people who've been day one subscribers.
Day ones.
We ain't forgot about you. We got some special stuff.
Who they are.
We got some special stuff coming to you, so look for your mailboxes.
It's true. It's true. Special things. And I don't mean cherry bombs and bats, people. We mean good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no flaming bags of dog poop. None of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put it out with your boot. Don't put it out with your boot.
Oh, yes.
Take us left, Joe Skelly.
So, do you remember the movie The Warriors?
Of course we do. We have an episode about this.
Yeah. Well, I just watched the whole thing on the making of The Warriors.
Do you remember which episode it is? Because you have to quote it now.
No, I don't remember.
You're supposed to look that up before you bring it up.
Son of a bitch.
Damn. It's one of our epic legendary episodes. Continue. The Warriors.
When they filmed it.
Okay.
In that opening scene where Cyrus is giving a speech trying to get all the gangs to join.
Yeah. New York Park. Yeah.
Yeah. They had real gang members.
Oh, yeah.
From all the different gangs there. Yeah. And they had to do that to make peace with the gangs.
Right.
So that they could film.
So they could film the gang movie.
Yep. But a lot of the gangs in the movie were based on real New York gangs of the time.
I don't doubt that at all.
100% were based on real things. And the guy Cyrus was based on a real person.
Right.
They wanted the real person to play the part, but he ended up getting killed.
Oh.
Wild shit. That's a great fucking movie.
It is.
Dude, especially with the chick on the radio, and she's like, "Hey, boppers.
Right.
Baseball Furies.
We're looking
The Warriors
for
are coming
some-
your way."
Yep. We're letting you know we have control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie was fantastic.
There's a bunch
and
of
in the making of it, they showed the real gangs, and they damn near looked
Jesus.
like the Baseball Furies. The real gang wasn't called the Baseball Furies. It was very similar to that. And
Yeah.
they didn't wear the full baseball uniform
They probably got the jacket, the bats, the hat.
and the face paint.
Oh, and the face paint.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know they were going to go that far.
Mm.
Could you imagine? You know how that, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's sad, but a culture doesn't start unless you have time. Like, you have to have enough time to hang out with these guys all day to be living like that. That's
Oh, yeah.
deep, 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 because that's in the big city.
Oh yeah.
So if you're if you're with, there's so many
They were
people.
saying there were something like 50 different gangs
Oh, yeah.
in New York at that time.
Oh, yeah. There's more now.
Oh, without
There's
a
way
doubt.
more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's billions of sects of little branches of sparkles and everything else. We should, damn, I didn't know you were going to go into that. We could have gone into our other one. This would have been a good lead off.
What's that?
No, we can't. I don't like it.
Yo, no, do it. Don't fucking tease people. Just fucking get out with
You
it.
want to run out with that right now?
What are we going to run out with?
We were going to go right into the rogues.
Oh, well, no, we'll do that on another
There he
episode.
goes. Now he's back. He's like, no. See
No,
what,
because
see what I mean?
you got a lot to talk about.
But that movie would have been an interesting play into that because that movie is about culture. It's about subculture.
yes.
What would that be a subculture of, though? Subculture of the city? Because that can happen outside of the city. So what is that a subculture of? Just people? I don't understand
Yeah.
what that is. What class do we learn about that in? Because I need to look that up and maybe go back to school or something to understand that. What else did they have in the movie about that? That was pretty funny. Did they have any secret whatevers in there?
No, there was no secrets. They were just telling, like, it was
You had
a
to pay the
rough
price.
shoot.
You
It was
had
a
to-
rough shoot, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to bobble the real gangs versus the
Right.
movie gangs and had to
Right.
make peace with all of them a lot to be
Yeah.
able to film it.
That shit still happens, man. There's a lot of footage. There is footage, and you can see this in rap culture currently. You'll have a rapper that goes down to an area, and people will flood them. And they're like, why are you on our street filming?
Oh, I believe it.
Right.
I believe it.
What's really interesting is to see who raps about what, and then who has the power to sit there and say, we're this, we're that. It doesn't matter what you think. We're going to continue with the work, or we're going to pack up and go somewhere else. So
I never even considered that, but I guess that's a legit point, right?
Right. Because everyone's gaslighting with their music and everything else. So, but that's an interesting culture. That movie has Dexter, the guy who plays Dexter's dad in it. He's the guy who gets handcuffed to the chair by the female cop, which is silly.
Dude, I'm lost at this point, but run with it.
Do you remember when that dude, he tries to hit on the chick, sits down with her, and she cuffs him to the fucking bench, and everyone else runs away, and that's how he gets caught. Like, imagine that's your life right now. You're trying to get out of this fucking place where you're going to die, and you stop to talk to some girl, and she turns out to be a cop, and she arrests you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fucking shitty.
that is shitty.
Yeah, that's what happens to him. But anyways,
Here's a weird fact. I just learned this.
yeah.
That in several places in Mexico,
Oh, man.
one of the traditions to keep evil away from your home
Okay.
is to hang scissors from a rafter in front of your door.
Get out of here.
Yeah. It's to keep bruja, or witches, away.
Oh, my. Mexico's news has not been good as of late. Tourists and such having issues, we hear.
Yeah.
When are they going to wise up?
Well, be safe when you travel. How about that? We'll just leave it at that.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Hang scissors in front of your door to keep the witches away. Or
Sure.
put witch windows into your house
Which?
so they can't fly into your house.
Oh, I forgot about the witch windows.
You forgot about the witch
the
windows,
witch
right?
windows.
Yeah. They're
I
super
can't
sweet. I'll tell
believe-
you what, when I build my house, I'm putting witch windows in.
I can't believe we were talking about that. Witch windows. And they're really tiny.
They're not tiny. They're just angled.
So they can't fly in.
So they can't fly into
look
your house.
tinier, though, so you can't fly in. But that still is super weird.
It's a
Well,
normal
that's-
sized window, just
that's
canted
smart.
at a 45-degree
Oh,
angle.
it is normal size? It
Yeah.
looks small in the picture.
Some of them are smaller, but
That's what
some of
she
them are
said.
literally normal sized windows at a 45-degree angle so the witch can't fly through the window into your house.
And we let other people run the government. I'm just saying. And a lot of those people, somehow there's always branches that are looking for those witches. I just want to point that out there. Listen, what do you think about Baskin Robbins' new flavored ice cream?
What fucking ice cream is that?
Chicken and waffles.
Get the fuck out of here. Who wants chicken ice cream, bro?
I
That's
wonder
fucking
if
weird.
Is this even real or is this just a meme?
No, that's probably something that's real. Dude, it's like they were selling those jelly beans that taste like rotting flesh.
Oh, yeah.
That was a thing for a while.
Well, okay.
Dude, if you gave me a bag of jelly beans and it turns out I'm eating fucking rotting flesh, you and I are going to have some beef. I'm just saying.
Not only that, if you eat those rotting flesh jelly beans, I'm not kissing you ever. If you're a chick
I'm never
that's
gonna
like,
kiss you anyway. So.
Yeah, well, that too. But I'm saying, though, you got a chica that's like, I've been eating these fucking bitch, what? You better go away. You better go away
jelly
fast.
beans are the greatest. They smell like dead bodies.
No, you got to go.
No,
you're done.
You're done?
They ain't even fucking a little bit of talk like this. That's rule number 72. If she tells you she's eating rotting fish flavored fucking candy, flesh flavored, I can't even say it, bro. I can't even fucking say it. I'm
human
all
flesh
fucked up.
Jelly beans.
Yeah, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my life. You don't need to exist where I live ever. Just go away. Am I mean? Is that mean?
No, that's not mean.
You're
I
fucking
guess
weird, homie.
That's weird. If that's your thing.
If the next step is we're having a barbecue, come over. I supplied the meat. No. No, Hannibal. Slap that hand. You go away.
Go away.
You nasty man, you.
Oh, man.
I'm not fucking dealing with that, bro.
So I got something else for you.
Yeah.
You know how people talk about haunted houses
Uh-huh.
and haunted places?
What the fuck do you mean, people? You talk about that shit. What do you mean, you people? You are those people. Yes, I never come to the podcast with that shit. But let's continue. Go ahead.
All right.
Those people out there, those fucking weirdos. Right.
Those people.
Yeah.
So there's a place
called,
it's a town called Dudley.
Oh, God.
Right? Or it's also known as the Dark Entry Forest. They're synonymous.
Is this newer or is it older?
No, it's from the 1800s.
Oh, because Dudley was the whole name of Harry Potter's like cousin. But all right, let's keep going.
So long story short, there was a doctor, late 1800s, right? He's from like New England, right?
Okay.
And I forget where this is. It's either like in Pennsylvania. It might be in Pennsylvania or Maryland or something weird like that.
Some state we're not going to.
Yeah. So he and his wife were on a trip. They took a train, right?
Okay.
And they showed up in this town. They get off the train. And they're walking through this forest, right? And this forest pretty much it's an enchanted forest, but when you walk into the forest, it's super dark when you first walk in there, right?
Right.
The trees are covering the road, so it's dark canopy over the top, right? And they find this piece of land that they fall in love with, and it's near this brook, this little stream that has trout in it and all this other stuff, right? And so the doctor's like, you know what? We need a vacation home, right? We need a vacation home. Let's buy this land. So they find, I guess at that point, a realtor or something, whatever, and they buy like 100 plus acres of land in this forest.
Okay.
And he goes and finds the local builders, and he's like, hey, will you help me build a house in this forest? I bought the land. I found a great site on the side of this hill. It's level. It's a perfect place. It overlooks the stream. And none of the builders would do it. They're like, nah, boss. I got other projects.
Okay.
I'm not interested. So the doctor and his wife, they go back to where they came from, and then they start making trips every weekend. And the doctor's like, well, fuck it. I'm handy. I'll build my own cabin.
Okay.
I'll build my own 2-story house, right? Builds this 2-story house. They're super happy about it, right? Along the stream, he digs out a section of the stream and builds a rock wall, so it's like a little pool for them to sit in, right?
All right.
Like a hot tub without being a hot tub, so they could watch the fish jumping in the stream and
sure.
And have a good time. And so they're there one weekend, and the doctor gets an emergency telegram like, you need to go back to the hospital, take care of this emergency case. And the wife is like, don't go. He's like, no, I got to go. It's my job, right? So she goes to the train station with him. He's like, I'll be back in 72 hours.
Okay.
And she's forlorn. She's like, please don't go. He's like, no, I'm going to go. And she goes back to the house. He goes, I'll be back in 72 hours. Don't worry about it, right? And he goes and he comes back. He's waiting for his wife at the train station. She's not there. He's like, well, where's my wife? And so he starts walking from the train station to the forest, gets to the entrance of the forest, and it's super dark, right? And he walks into the forest, and he walks to his house, and the front door is kind of cracked open, right? And he's wondering where his wife is, like, he's home. And he hears this cackling. This crazy cackling coming from the second floor. Now he's worried, like, what the fuck is going on? And he runs upstairs to the second floor, and he sees his wife in the corner of a room, crouched down, right? And her mouth, is she's got a grin from ear to ear. And she's just cackling and cackling and cackling and cackling.
All right.
And she won't stop.
Doesn't sound good.
Mm-mm.
No.
He ends up having to hospitalize her.
Of course.
Because she has gone insane.
Oof.
And he's like, what the fuck happened in 72 hours time while I was gone?
Right.
So it turns out that this forest had once had a village in it, a little further away from his house.
Okay.
And then the reason they bought this land is because they saw all the foundations of these old buildings, and they're like, this is this is gorgeous, blah, 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 blah. So what had happened was that one by one, the people in this town, this small village, had started dying off in the early 1800s. Or going crazy, one by one. And they all claimed to see these shadow figures running around in the woods, right? And it started off with one guy, and he went crazy, and he had to be taken care of the rest of his life because he was crazy and incapacitated. And then it happened to somebody else.
Huh.
And then people started freaking out and moving away. And then these houses were catching fire, and people were turning up dead. And more people are going crazy until the entire town becomes abandoned. And the reason the builders wouldn't go and build him a house there is because these woods in particular were known to be cursed, and that people had seen these shadow figures running about in the woods. And the only thing that he could get from his wife when she was institutionalized was she kept talking about the shadow figures in the woods while he was gone.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
You want to go?
Where's this place at? Are you allowed in this place?
It is illegal to this day.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead serious. It is illegal to trespass on these woods. And they have gates and they have signs posted. Look up Dark Entry Forest or Dudley Forest. Or the town of Dudley.
Dudley Town, American Hauntings. The woods were later dubbed the rather ominous name of the Dark Entry Forest in 1747. Yeah. Abandoned settlement located in the valley known as Dark Entry Forest in northeastern Connecticut.
Oh, it's in Connecticut.
Oh, this is in Connecticut? Oh, hell no.
What? So being in Connecticut makes it even worse?
Oh. I don't know, man. I was next to this place. That's horrible. I try not to go anywhere near these things. Like the Ghostbusters said, not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Hotbeds of the supernatural.
Apparently this place is a hotbed of the supernatural.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that.
And again, to this day, it's illegal to go in there.
Huh.
So here's my thing. Why would it be illegal to go in there? If there's no truth to any of this, why would they block entrance to it? You know, that's like Helltown.
Helltown, what the hell is that?
Southern Ohio. There's a place called Helltown that the U.S. government evacuated in the 70s.
Why?
There's a lot of weird shit about it. If you want to read something fucking weird, read about Helltown in Ohio and why the U.S. government evacuated the entire town. They'll say there was some toxic waste. They'll say it was this. They say it was that. But there are a lot of other stories about what really took place in Helltown and why it's still abandoned. People disappearing, people seeing things. And then they say around the border of Helltown that there are these markers put on the ground that are supposed to be like a barrier to whatever is out in the woods around Helltown to prevent it from coming into the town.
Really?
But it was federally evacuated in the 70s because of all the crazy shit that was taking place here.
That's really interesting.
Well, you sound like that was super interesting. You're
I don't
hard.
trust any of these places.
Look, you're hard into research. I can see you're clickety-clacking on the laptop there.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
We got to stay away from these places.
Should we make a road trip? Should we go and film?
You shouldn't
Dudley?
knock on the door looking for the devil guy.
Should we go film Dudley
He's going
Town?
to answer.
Should we walk past the gates?
We'd have to break in. I'm okay with that, though.
It's not really breaking in. You just walk around the gate.
Oh. Well, you don't tell them that.
I'm just saying.
We have to break in.
Dude, did the thing show pictures of the signs?
You bring the rope. No, it doesn't show any of that. I was just reading some of the history. There were a bunch of Dudleys there. Dark entry force. A bunch of the family members showed up. 1740s, 1750s. Even a couple families that weren't part of the Dudleys tried to settle there.
Yeah.
And something happened.
There was disease. There was all kinds of crazy things that happened there.
It just didn't work.
It just didn't work. It collapsed. People went crazy, and they all kept talking about the shadowy figures they seen running through the woods.
Yeah, it's definitely considered a ghost town. There's nobody there now.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. I know we talk about a lot of stuff on this podcast, and I know there are a lot of listeners out there. They're like, these guys are fucking full of shit. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, you might think so. Be my guest. Do the research.
Yeah, there's some stuff. I mean, we don't research any of our stuff. We just talk about stories that we hear. But yeah, it looks like there's some definite places. They said they've got it. They said that a lot of people go there and fuck shit up. So that's partly why they closed it off too, was because it is a mecca for people probably trying. Bro, I mean, come on. First of all, it's Connecticut. You know what's up in Connecticut?
A bunch of weirdos who practice the dark arts.
Probably. A bunch of
people going out there doing rituals and whatnot. Witches.
There's a bunch of weirdos up there. That's all I'm saying. And that's like the kind of state
and listen,
where they've
if you're from Connecticut and you know about this, email the show.
Yeah.
BaysBasement.com. Send
or
us
if
an
you're
email
just a
about
weirdo from Connecticut. Because that's okay. I mean, all the broads I know from Connecticut are fucking a little bit off their rocker. But so the thing is that like Connecticut's one of those states that even if you don't know about the whole Eastern old school type of history of America type shit, Connecticut's still part of that. They have old money going through there.
Oh.
So even if it's not per se a quote unquote ghost story, if it is a ghost story and it's not a ghost story.
Heard of Mystic Connecticut?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's some fucked up shit. How this whole family just disappeared. How to explain the disproportionate number of horrors that befell tiny Dudley Town's residents? According to some locals, sorry for the sniffles. According to some local historians, the town's stony remains have witnessed madness, suicide, fatal accidents, natural disasters, and vanishings.
Yes.
So the historians, even though like the Wikipedia over here, which we know that's part of the fucking...
The great cabal.
Yeah. So we know those guys.
The gatekeepers.
We know those guys or whatever. So... these guys are basically saying the curse has been traced to an English nobleman ancestor of the Dudley brothers who settled in the town. Back in England, old Edmund Dudley got his head chopped off for plotting against King Henry VII. Someone or something put a curse on Edmund that followed his family to the New World and took root in Dudley Town. So they think it's a fucking curse from England.
Wow.
Some of them. That's
wild as fuck.
Why are you always trying to get me killed, dog? You know how many motherfuckers I've survived? And you're like, yeah. Listen, you got away from those dudes with the bats. Let's go fucking see if we can find the ghost. What the fuck is wrong with you? We don't have proton packs, guy. You're always trying to drag me into some shit.
No ghost traps.
Oh.
No proton packs.
I'm like that dude with
no Echo One.
I'm like that fucking city guy they tried to put the bird on, bro. What's wrong with you? Just stop doing that. Fucking Christ. At least get us a trap.
One ghost trap?
One ghost trap. Don't hold that motherfucker up like a mirror, bitch. I'll get you like a vacuum.
Shine it to the whole woods.
Everywhere, bro. You're getting fucked up. If you're not a ghost, you'll be okay. You still get hit with the trap.
Dude, I'm interested. I want to hear stories from people who have been there.
To Dudley Town?
Yeah, like I want to
Well,
hear.
they said people fuck it up, so I'm assuming we get over there and just check it out.
Yeah, but now
which is ironic.
But if you go in there now, you have to deal with a different group of individuals, right? Who might not be rational.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's rational.
It's like people who do the urbex in these abandoned buildings.
Poor people in abandoned buildings all the way.
Aren't you worried about what you might run into in these abandoned buildings?
No. I'm
Okay.
not afraid of those people.
Okay.
If those people wanted something from me, they would have come looking.
Oh,
see?
is that the thought process?
That is 1000% the thought process.
All right.
As long as you're not looking for me, you obviously don't have a problem with me. But you know what? You see, this proves a point, though. Like, this whole thing. It's not just these crazy poor people, man, because they got them crazy fucking people that run hotels, too. Don't want you in their haunted hotel.
Oh.
Trying to fucking hold you down.
Oh, you mean the Low Hotel?
Oh, my.
That lady wouldn't even let me in the front door.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, if y'all want to hoot, read the Google reviews for the Low Hotel in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
That's what I'm saying.
Read all the one-star reviews.
This is the whole ghost story thing, because they got disappearances going on from there. They're like, yeah, it's a ghost fable, whatever. Bro, you got a whole family that got wiped.
It was more than a family. It was an entire town.
They're saying nothing but the studs are there now.
Terrible things happened there.
Yeah.
That in Helltown.
No, fuck Helltown. We're not going near that either. Young kids are always vandalizing, trying to tempt the demons to come back. But they know why. It's because they know the demon's already been there and he left.
No, maybe he hasn't. Maybe they're still there.
Oh, they're definitely still there. You know,
here's my thing. If the curse followed that family and it took root in a town, that curse is embedded in the soil now. Like, you're not getting rid of that thing, right? You would have to go out there and do some real powerful stuff to lift that curse. Wow, dead air.
No.
Dead air. You got nothing? You got no comments on this?
Dude, you don't want to fuck with this shit, guy. Shit, man. I'm reading this fucking thing talking about they had multiple wives just disappearing. Fall into tragedy. The final resident of Dudleytown seemed to have been Dr. William Clark, a New York City physician.
Oh, yeah, he was out of New York. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dr. Clark built a vacation home in Dudleytown in the early 1900s. Mrs. Clark was what? Oh, I went the whole other way. In tracing genealogy of his name, from Dudleytown, Mrs. Clark was yet another wife visited by tragedy in that town. So his wife didn't make it out of that town. From a fucking vacation home, homie. Are you out of your fucking mind and you want to go there on vacation? Fuck that shit. No.
Again, if you've been to Dudleytown, you know about Dudleytown, email the show.
Dudleytown, our guests don't know. They never been to Dudleytown.
You don't know that. You have no idea. They're probably, you know what though? I bet they got witch windows in their house. Maybe that's what the problem was. They didn't have witch windows.
No. They don't have witch windows because they snuffed out everybody in that fucking circuit. Yeah. They just keep killing people.
Well,
my cousin Ashley was floating.
Yeah, well, you know what? And this predates the Bigfoots up in that area.
Right.
You know, so who knows what it is?
I'm going to tell your auntie I saw you floating. You go near my man again. Uh-huh.
Now it sounds like Salem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what all this shit comes back to, too.
Yeah.
Bro, don't be fucking with no curses, man. Listen, guy.
Listen, I'll put it to you like this. There are places that native people don't go for a reason.
Yes.
Right? There are places that native peoples don't go for a reason.
It's called we're trying to survive.
Right? It's like when they built that train across Africa, right? And the Ghost in the Darkness in that fucking movie, and the natives were like, don't build your train through here. This place is evil. And they didn't want to listen. And what happened? Those 2 fucking lions killed like 300 people.
No. Yep. No. Not good.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the pictures of that. I got to look that up.
Yeah, well, those lions are in the Field Museum in Chicago.
Yeah, but I want to look up the originals of the. I know, I think in the movie, at the end of the movie, they show some of the pictures of like the inside of the cave or whatever.
Right. They said there was just piles of bones.
Dude.
Like they were killing for fun. They weren't even eating them.
You know what they say about cats? They kill more than any other animal on the earth.
Oh, domestic house cats kill more animals on this earth, pound for pound, than any other animal. Maybe not hippos.
Maybe not. Maybe not cocaine.
Maybe
South
not
American
the cocaine
hippos.
The cocaine South American hippos might have a higher kill ratio.
I think we need to establish new ground rules now that we have this podcast.
All right, what are the ground rules?
I don't fucking know, but they're about not going to that fucking place. I'll tell you that right now. Ground rules subset A.
Yeah, all right.
We will visit nowhere that's fucking.
Oh
gosh.
no. We already
The
have a trip. We
Mothman-
already have a trip planned.
The Mothman was the extent of it. At least
No, we have a trip
I'm
planned.
not even sure which one.
Oh yeah, the one you
Prison?
already agreed to last year.
The prison? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was haunted.
Well,
I heard Shawshank Redemption and was sold, and then was told later there were ghosts. I was like, wait.
yep, you already said you're on board.
Yeah, well, we'll go to that one.
All right.
But I mean, that's not a place where we know why many did die there. That's not a fucking town that got genocided by fucking ghost pockets. Okay, guys, these are two different things. You know, going to the edge of the forest and trying to fucking rowboat our ass through the Bermuda Triangle are two different, very large things. That's all I'm saying. And somehow your guys' lake has swallowed more shit than the Bermuda Triangle, which also makes no sense.
It's because it's shallow.
That's the reason you think?
It's super shallow, and the weather changes so rapidly. And because it's so shallow, it gets giant waves that just break ships.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that legit?
That's legit.
I thought you guys were maybe just bad sailors up here.
No, not at all.
Oh.
It's because the weather changes so rapidly and gets so nasty out there on the lake. And because it's so shallow, it gets these massive 40-foot fucking waves that just smash ships to bits.
Oh, so it's the opposite of the whole, like, ocean thing. So instead of needing all that power to move some to fucking create it, you've got less, and so you need less. Yeah, that's weird. I never thought about that. Nobody's ever said that. Even though I've talked to, like, hundreds of people in Ohio about how your guys' lake supposedly swallows more ships. And usually I tell people, and they're like, really? And I'm just like, dude, that's, yeah. Like,
that's also
what
like
we're
how people
told.
don't want to talk about pirates on the lake either, but those exist.
What?
Oh, yeah. I never told you that.
I don't think so.
They're pirates out here.
How do they get away from stuff? Who are you
Here's what
escaping
happens,
from?
right? There's like a rule, like if somebody's in trouble and you're out on the lake and you see them, you're supposed to go help them.
Okay.
So what these people do is they go offshore like a couple miles and act like they're in distress.
No, yeah.
And then people come to help them.
And they jack your shit.
And they jack your shit and leave you floating around in the fucking lake.
I would. It's not that I don't respect them as being a pirate, but that's more like a con man. Yeah?
No,
right?
These guys are pirates, bro. They steal your fish, your wallet, and your boat.
Yeah, but I mean, real pirates, I don't think of them as being dummies like that. Like, I need help. I don't know. That's interesting. That's a scam, though.
Listen, I heard that from a professional fisherman.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of those scams, man. Everywhere you go has a scam and a hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah. So if you listen to this podcast and you know about the piracy out here on the lake, email the show because I want to hear if you got a story about it or if you've heard about it.
Where do you get the bait boat from, though? That's my question. Like, where do you get the bait boat from? Because you have to have a boat.
Right.
That person's got to show up. So you stole a fucking 30,000 boat for a wallet? That don't make any sense. That's a weird scam.
I don't know. It depends on how many boats you're taking.
Now, what do they take some of the boats?
Yeah.
So, oh, okay. So if they're doing that, they could just do an upgrade then. That's perfect. That makes sense. If you're just stealing boats, I mean, yeah, that's cool. Trade them out every time. Hey, my 12-footer's broke. Can you help me with your 70? And then as soon as homeboy comes over and ties you off, you fucking pirate invade, huh?
Yep.
Throw his ass to the fucking lake. How interesting. I mean, a few radio calls should have prevented that, though. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Just
call it in before you fucking husky up. It's not that hard, but sure, okay. You know, Jesus. That's a sad scam. That's like the bumper scam, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Little hit and run,
That's
the old bumper
dude.
scam. Yeah, the traffic bumper scam.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked.
All right. Well, you got me all sidetracked with ghosts and pirates.
It's this podcast says no fucking
No
foundation
bearing.
and shit.
No bearing at all.
We just talk about what we talk about.
We're just gonna drink. Holy shit! Look at the time. How
I
did we
know.
get that far?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On pirates and ghost pillars. Listen, fuck ghost pillars. Okay.
Ghost foundations.
Whatever, dude. I'm not going anywhere a town genocided itself.
Yeah.
And I ain't dying from no British curse. So no.
Maybe if you carried the Betsy Ross flag in there.
Oh my fuck. Oh God. All right.
It had a guy with a drum and another guy playing the fife, and you marched
Fight
in
it
there like
off with a little spirit.
a little Revolutionary
Get
War
some
spirit.
sparklers. We're
Shoot off
here.
Shoot off some Roman candles and fireworks.
Oh no. 30,
Singing Yankee
97
Doodle Dandy.
seconds. Oh God. 30, 97 seconds of horribleness.
Bays Boys Podcast.
What just happened. Get your fucking entries submitted.